Welcome back to the Daily Function. I'm your host, Terrell Sattler. I bring hip hop and R&B to UCM The Beat. Today, I got a guest today with me, Mr. Vaughn. You want to introduce yourself?
What's
And
going
Vaughn in the
on?
house. Welcome to the Daily Function.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
That's good. So, you all guys don't know who this guy is right here, but I met him up here. He's a pretty dope guy, and he knows a lot about music. He has a strong taste for R&B and hip hop music, and so I brought him on to pretty much chill with us, talk a little bit about that. So, yeah, Vaughn, let's introduce you. Like, what do you do up here at UCM? And yeah, let's start with that.
So I'm a senior. I'm a PR major, just public relations. So, it's a cool major. I'm just trying to get the degree and get out of here.
Yeah.
But but I'm more passionate about music. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm up here on the radio show with you, the podcast with you. I mean, talk about music. I've always had a strong taste for it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember one time, this was like, I was like in middle school when the Weeknd was first starting to get big, like 2013, 2014.
The Weeknd.
And I would write down his lyrics because I would like try to memorize them because I wanted to sing them.
Okay.
And just before I was like done with puberty, so I still had like a high voice.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah.
so I was
voice.
so I was writing these lyrics down, and during summer school, my parents like went through my book bag one day, and they were like some pretty explicit lyrics. So they found it, and they thought I was like, they thought something was going on. So yeah, I got in trouble for writing those kind of lyrics, but they weren't even mine. So I've always had a passion for a good writer. I like writing, so I write my own music. So
Yeah.
I've always liked writing and listening to good artists who knew how to write. So over the years, like my taste of music has shifted to where like I listen to music not just for what it sounds like, but for what they're saying at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can have good music. Like The Weeknd, his music sounds great, but what is he really saying? Like, what is the content? You know what I mean? So my taste has definitely shifted when it comes to like mainstream artists. Like I don't listen to a lot of mainstream artists. Listen to a lot of like different things. Like my music taste is very eclectic. But yeah, most people when they talk to me, they can easily figure that out. Like I wear rings, necklaces, stuff like that.
Yeah, you got your nice little jewelry right here, the bracelets.
Yeah, so
Besides the little Apple Watch, everybody got one of those.
yeah.
So, but yeah, that's why I brought you on the show, because you have that, what I want to find a word for that. You have that strong taste of music, and like I can say I'm ignorant to like music. Like I really don't know too much. I'm just a standard generic typical music listener here.
Right.
So that's another reason why I brought you on, because like you know a lot about some of these non-mainstream artists.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I kind of got you on here, and we're gonna play some of those artists for you guys today here on the Daily Function, and I'm really looking forward to that. Besides that, all the mainstream and your passions with like writing music, well, not writing music, but write down lyrics and stuff. What you got going on now with like, because I know we talked about projects that you done with helping out other music artists and setting up film and stuff. So talk a little bit about that before we go into this nice little break. But what you got to say about that?
So like last year, like 2020, late 2020, early 2021, I was a part of two production companies. One was called IYBC, which is the Internet's Your Own Blank Canvas,
Mm-hmm.
and then The Galleria, which was just my friend Davin, and it was me. So it was just us two at first, and then we like kind of contracted people to do other stuff like grafters, directors, some more cinematographers, and assistant directors, people who knew what they were doing in a certain aspect. So like someone would set up the tripods and then make sure the cameras were all good and set up. If we were doing another scene, they'd take them down to another, set them up another room and make sure that we needed the right millimeter and all that kind of stuff. And then my job was most of the time assistant director.
Okay.
And then I would conceptualize ideas for the music videos. So not only that I have a passion in music, but I love film and photography. So the director, Davin, he wasn't really a big movie buff when I met him. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, in order to make music videos, you got to know movies, because movies, they can help you conceptualize ideas for, camera angles and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So we watched like 4 or 5 movies, like from different directors, mostly from Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
And we would just sit down, come up with these ideas for these music videos, and we would do them. And they'd be great. In our mind, they would be like great at the time. And then once we did them, we're like, bro, that was shit. Mm-hmm. And then usually the client, well, most of the time, the client liked the music video, because they had never had someone actually put this much effort and time and consistency into making a music video like this. Yeah. So some of the projects I worked on, I was, proud of. Some of them was just like, I can't believe, the client really liked this. Like, I would not accept this.
Hey, man.
Like, we did a music video for a basketball player who goes here. His name is Jakor.
Okay.
We did a music video for him. And then this guy, his name is Southside Dame. He's from Kansas City. He went here too. We did a music video. A little bit.
We talked about that previously when we met, and we had a whole conversation about that.
Yeah.
That is dope. And like how like all that process taking, like creativity it takes to go into putting force, especially when you show me that music video. I'm gonna make sure I link that music video for you guys in the YouTube video that I post. But most definitely the work you done and helped out with is like just immaculate. Like,
appreciate it.
But yeah, that's we're gonna wrap up here. I got some music coming up next, and I got my guy Vaughn here, and we're gonna sit down and talk more about mainstream. Coming up next, we'll be talking about Tyler the Creator. So stay tuned on the Daily Function. Welcome back to the Daily Function. I'm your host TYuS Sattler. Once again, I'm here with guest speaker Vaughn.
What's going
on? So Vaughn, we talked about non-mainstream artists, but let's focus on some mainstream artists. Like, what are your 1 through 5, starting with 5, best artists right now, best rap/R&B artists right now? In our generation.
Yeah. Right now, top 5, starting with 5. Shoot. Number 5 would probably have to be. Damn.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, it's a tough question. It's got to be somebody, probably like Polo G.
Polo G.
I believe like Polo G is number 5. I don't listen to him, but I know that a lot of people like Polo G. I'd probably say 4, maybe either between Doja Cat or Meg Thee Stallion, somebody.
Okay.
Somebody like that. 3, Drake. Certified Lover Boy was not good. Number 2
that's my guy though.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Number 2, shoot. Number 2 is probably Kanye. And then number 1 is Tyler the Creator.
Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, is Tyler the Creator, bro.
That's funny. I like that reaction because last week we was actually talking about that, guys, of who he felt was the number 1.
Yeah.
And he's told me Tyler the Creator, and I almost fell out of my seat. But don't get me wrong, Tyler the Creator, he is most definitely a creator. He's great. His creativity is like off the roof. And I wouldn't disagree. And then towards this past week, he went on to win the Grammy Best Rap Album of the Year. And you want to talk a little bit about that album?
Yeah. Shoot. I remember the day it came out.
Also the name of the album.
The name of the Call Me If You Get Lost.
Call Me If You Get Lost, okay.
I remember, not even the day, because he releases every 2 years.
Seriously?
So, yeah, every 2 years. So I remember the day he did like a teaser for it. And I was like, this is about to be a crazy album. And then like 2 weeks later, he dropped. And I remember, I don't know what I was doing. It was summertime, though. And I listened to the whole album. And I was like, this is the best album of 2021. And this is before Kanye and Drake had their whole like little
Donda and Certified Lover Boy.
Before all that. And I was like, there's nothing touching it. Not even the beginning of the year and after. Like nothing is touching Call Me If You Get Lost. And then he won Album of the Year 2 years in a row.
Seriously?
For Igor. And then he did Call Me If You Get Lost.
Hold on, Igor, that one Album of the Year?
That one Album of the Year. in 2019.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That was a good album. That's what actually put me onto Tyler, Creator. That was back my freshman or sophomore year in high school. I remember that drop. It's kind of funny because my dad actually played it, and I was surprised. Like, I was like, what is my dad listening to? My dad is like 40 years old. He's like 38 at the time, but I was like, what is he doing playing Tyler, Creator? So even my dad was in tune with Tyler, the Creator, and I was like, I'm going to listen to this, and most definitely, it was a good album. So much respect to the album. That actually put me on. Like, I really didn't know who Tyler, Creator was before he dropped that album, and once he dropped that, like, that's what I say. In my opinion, that's what really got more people to kind of start listening to him. But don't get me wrong, he has a strong fan base, as I am seeing. But most definitely, in my opinion, that album, a lot of my friends and people I know, like, kind of know Tyler, Creator because of that album.
Yeah, it's definitely like that album is like his. I wouldn't say it's his magnum opus, but it's definitely, you know, the one that everyone knows him for. It's his Purple Rain, and not comparing albums, but so to speak, it's his Purple Rain. Not his best, but that's the one that everyone knows him for. This one right here, Calling If You Lost, is definitely his best. He's in the past, he's released 6 albums since like 2010 or 2011, and he's, in my opinion, he's 6 for 6. Like, there hasn't been one terrible album.
Seriously?
Yeah, he's 6 for 6.
Man.
And he's had growth. Like, I told you this when we were talking. I was like, what makes a good artist is that the ability to change his sound, his or her sound, over the years. Like, I love Drake, great artist.
But you told me
but
Drake.
Every Drake album sounds the same. If you pick a song from Views, it's going to sound the same on Scorpion. You know what I mean?
You put it on Scorpion.
You put it on Scorpion, it's going to sound the same. There are very few artists that can do that. I can name maybe 3 or 4. One of them is dead, and 2 of them are the top of the game, Kanye and Tyler. Like, Kanye was, who won 2 Grammys or 2 or 3 Grammys on the last week. And I told you, like, he has the world in his hand.
Most definitely.
And then this dude, Tyler, the Creator, he's just just on a
Can we call him an
rampage.
Underdog?
I wouldn't say he's an underdog.
Okay.
I wouldn't say he's an underdog. People know his skill. People know how good Tyler is. I feel like people just don't care because he's weird.
Yeah.
Weird in quotations.
Weird, because I don't know if you ever seen that video of DJ Khaled. It's funny because after he won, like, it was announced that he won Best Rap Album of the Year, he went on to Instagram Live and kind of did his acceptance speech and stuff, and he kind of sneaked in a little diss to DJ Khaled because it was like a video, like a viral video going around DJ Khaled like a year or 2 ago by him saying, like, you know, DJ Khaled is known for being #1 best music. You know, he always dropped his albums with so many, you know, famous rappers and stuff on there, and he's so used to winning. That's pretty much his motto. And then you got somebody like Tyler, Creator, with some mysterious music, is what he said. music you can. It was funny. DJ Khaled is hilarious. He was like, "Yeah, I make music that you could listen to. You play in a car, you can listen to, in the back of my Maybach. You know, some stuff like that. And I don't make music for you not to know what it is or can't hear nothing, you know.
Yeah,
and it's called great music. Yeah, man, you gotta watch that video. It's funny.
I've seen it. Like, I saw that response he did some podcast. Tyler did, and he responded to it. But my thing about it is that DJ Khaled and Tyler, the Creator, are 2 different people, and they make 2 different types of music. DJ Khaled just makes the beats, produces. You know what I mean? Tyler does all that. He produces.
Yeah, he does.
He writes. You know what I mean? Of course, he has a team that helps him, but everything is, you know, his idea. He conceptualizes. Like, that was his last 3 albums have been what they call concept albums. You know what I mean? Like, it's a concept behind the album, not just like a regular album people throw out. There's like an idea or a story behind the album. Even like when 2017 we did Flower Boy, it was about him accepting who he is and learning that self-love is more important than other people's love. You know what I mean? And then Igor was like him pursuing that love, not that self-love, but that love that he's always been wanting. Because, like, you know, I don't know if you know, but I don't know if he's gay or bisexual, one of the 2, but he was conflicted with that on Flower Boy. And then Igor, he was like full throttle, like, I really don't care anymore. This is who I am.
Flowing.
You know what I mean? And so it was him pursuing that love. And then now with this is like, this album was like, he had a friend, right? That had a girlfriend, and he started pursuing his best friend's girl. You know what I mean? And he was conflicted about that. You know what I mean? And his thing is that this was like a very chauvinistic album where he was just like, you know, talking about like, I got Rolls Royces, I got this, I got that. Why wouldn't this girl want to mess with me? You know what I mean? Like him boasting, you know what I mean, about why wouldn't this girl want to mess with him? And you know, like, you know, with the whole heartbreak and how all that goes. So it's really, really good. It's a great album.
I still gotta listen to it. It's like sad. Like it's sad. Like, man, my life just be going. It's not a good excuse, but my life just be rolling. Like every time somebody drops an album, I just kind of add it to my library, and once I get around to it, I listen to it. But that was like an album I added to my library. I played a song, the first 2 songs, and then I never got back to it because, you know, so many other artists dropped after that and stuff like that, and it just kind of got backtracked. And now look at we here now. He has best rap album of the year, and I'm like, oh. I didn't really listen to it for real, so most definitely today on the Daily Function I will be playing a few songs or a song from that album to kind of show some respect.
The best song on there is like, I think it's Wilshire. It's like an 8-minute track about him just like that whole situation with him and his friend and that girl.
That's a long
it's a long track, but
it's like a movie.
Yeah.
We got a little video clip
freestyle on this beat, and it was just, it was crazy. The beat was crazy. It was the best track. I've never heard anything like that before. Like that summer 2021 was Call Me If You Get Lost for me. I was living a Call Me If You Get Lost lifestyle.
All right. Well, here on the Daily Function, guys, I'm gonna get y'all hip to that album, and we're gonna play a song from that album. You know, for respect of Vaughn and also Tyler Creator. Congratulations to him for winning that Grammy. You know, and yeah. Number one. That's your number one.
That's my number one right now. Right now.
Crazy, you know. Everybody has their own preference, you know. But much respect, I do. Tyler Creator is most definitely a great, outstanding. I can't even find the words for him. He's just he's most definitely solidified his mark on the hip hop community and alternative rock or hip hop. You want to say whatever?
Honestly, he just does whatever he feels like. I feel like he's transcended the word rapper. Like he's not just a rapper. This dude sings.
He's a rock star. All that. Anything.
He's an artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At that point, you know, you're an artist. You know what I mean? Like Drake, Kanye, they're artists. They've done so many different things in their music to where like they're considered an artist. J. Cole, Kendrick, like, you could say they're rappers. You know what I mean?
Rappers, yeah. But that's all for this one. We gonna go into a little break here, and then we're gonna come back and talk a little bit about non-mainstream artists. Vaughn here got a little list of some people that we should most definitely get in tune with. So stay tuned and catch y'all soon. Thank you. Welcome back to the Daily Function. I'm your host, TYuS Sattler. Got Vaughn here. We've been talking a little bit about some artists and Tyler Creator, and you know what Vaughn here does. So moving on, we gonna talk a little bit about some non-mainstream artists. So let's talk. We sat down and came up with a little list, three picks of some non-mainstream guys. Yeah. And you brought up Prime Society.
Yeah, Prime Society. They're fairly new. Like they have like a handful of songs they release, but they're really good. They're like a Brockhampton. They're a collective group, but.
And when he said new, like they only have what 300? You said 300 followers
like
on
700 monthly listeners on Spotify. So like they're very new.
Like just your typical, you know.
Yeah. So, but they have potential. They have really good potential. So, I have faith in their abilities.
And what would you say this group compares you to, like artists out there that we could give them a better idea of like what they sound like?
Like a Brockhampton, like a Odd Future, just a whole bunch of people that are rappers, singers. You know what I mean? They just come together and they just make music. I think that's a very healthy thing to do. But they're nice.
Yeah, this is most definitely a good group. And the song we'll be playing today is called Paradise. I can't wait for you guys to listen to it because you know Vaughn here is really, you know, putting me onto like this new. This is like non-mainstream. It's crazy how many like artists are out there that like don't get their ever shine to like be on the mainstream type of vibe. So this song is a cool, chill song to vibe to. So Paradise, remember that song because we gonna have that coming up pretty soon. And another person that we had talked about
Earl Sweatshirt.
Earl Sweatshirt. Let's move on to him.
Earl Sweatshirt.
He's more of a rapper.
He's a rapper. He's definitely he's been in and out of the mainstream, but he's not mainstream anymore. Like
he's not mainstream.
No one talks about Earl Sweatshirt anymore.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know.
Yeah, he was a part of Odd Future with Tyler the Creator and all of them. So, like I said, that might be a very controversial opinion, but like I think he might be better than Kendrick.
You
like,
told me that.
He is a lyricist.
He said he's better than Kendrick. He's gonna have an angry mob of people.
No, for real.
Kendrick, people.
Kendrick's good.
When they talking about who's the better like lyricist and stuff like that, it's always Kendrick, J. Cole, and I don't know who's the third out.
Drake
Kanye,
or somebody.
Kanye,
yeah.
But
my
we
thing
never
is
hear
like,
no Earl Sweatshirt.
Yeah.
So, who's this guy?
Like my thing is like there's always going to be somebody better than you at whatever. Like MJ's the greatest basketball player. We got LeBron and Kobe who are potentially better than him. Drake's number one. You got somebody else coming after him that's going to outshine them. And just because they're mainstream does not mean they're better. But Earl Sweatshirt has lyricism like crazy. He had this one song. It was on Odd Future. It was called Oldie, and he just had, it was like everyone in Odd Future had their own little like maybe like a 6-bar, 9-bar, and he just went in for like a minute and like 30 seconds, and it was crazy the way he was like rhyming words together and what he was talking about, and it was everybody else just like messing around, but he was being like serious, like he was like talking like some real stuff. And like he had a falling out with that whole group, and then he released 3 albums in the past 3 years, and they've been like really good albums. Like I think Grammy nominated albums.
So, do you which one would you say was like his best album, or you could remember a song from? We're gonna toss one of his songs in today. So what album should we move towards to kind of get an idea of who's Earl Sweatshirt is?
I would say listen to his, I want to say it's 2013 album. I think it's called Doris.
Okay,
which
Doris.
was really good.
Okay.
He had a song on there called Sunday featuring Frank Ocean.
Oh, Frank Ocean. Come on. Hey, y'all know who Frank Ocean is. No?
Right.
Now we can't.
Frank Ocean is one of the best.
That's
how you know you're not a real Frank Ocean fan. When you sing that song, you're not a real Frank Ocean
of course,
fan.
that's a song everybody knows, though. So, come on. I know he got other songs. But, Earl Sweatshirt.
Earl Sweatshirt is dope.
Most definitely.
Then, last but not least, this guy right here might be better than Party Next Door. And I love Party Next Door.
Party Next
Door is nice. But this dude from Portland, Oregon, his name is TYuS.
TYuS.
Capital T, capital Y, lowercase U, capital S. Like, he is really, really nice. Very, like, Jodeci.
Yeah, he's
R&B.
Yeah.
Like, he's nice.
He played me his song Motions.
Yeah.
And, it's like a nice little... Like, I could actually see myself, like, listening to this song, Like, because sometimes people play their music and you be like, oh, yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But when you play this song right here, it's kind of like, man, you can vibe to it. It's like another, like, I wouldn't just say, like, another R&B guy, but most definitely it's a song you could really, like, vibe to and actually, like, connect with. Like, it's a dope, chill song. Like, I would actually have this song on, like, repeat type of thing, so.
Yep, it's a good song, and he's he's been doing big things. He's been trying to, I think he's in like a record label. He's trying to get out of. So he's been here and there with albums and stuff like that. But everything that's released on, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, like they're quality stuff. Like he's a really good singer.
And I'm looking at some of his songs right now. Are you familiar with like the song Cash Flow or not too really?
Yeah, Cash Flow's a good one.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
And I'm saying he also even though he's not considered mainstream just yet, like I see he did a song with 21 Savage, unless he just got a 21 Savage version called Between Us remix featuring 21 Savage. So I mean, hey, 21 Savage.
Yeah.
People know who he is as a mainstream rapper.
I think that's his number one song too, on Spotify and Apple Music because of the feature. Because it was originally featured this guy named Casal, which I personally liked the feature with Casal better than 21 Savage, but it was a solid remix. Like ain't nothing special. Like I'm not gonna play it. Like I played the original one before.
Okay.
You know.
Hey, my bad, 21. But yeah, I see he's has that potential to most definitely get to that mainstream status. But you know, I don't know. Is there like a little thing where some artists prefer to be like out of the mainstream, or you think it really?
I think my thing is like, I know that artists, they want to be admired by a multitude of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whether it's just a cult following or whether it's just like, you know, millions of people.
Mm-hmm.
I know that a lot of the artists I listen to are very not mainstream, and they have like a very small following. Like they might have like 26,000 people monthly listeners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as long as like, you know, I'm sure that people listen to them and support them, they're going to keep doing music. Or even if they had no one to support them, they're going to keep doing music because they know that that's what they're supposed to do, and that's what they want to do.
Yeah,
So,
most definitely. TYuS.
TYuS.
TYuS. Okay.
TYuS is dope.
Make sure I said that right. I'm terrible with pronouncing names, but there we go, guys. We got those 3 mainstream artists that we will be playing up next, and trust me, like, and trust Vaughn here, like he knows what he's talking about. These songs
I do.
are good, so hopefully you guys enjoy these songs, and yeah, that's pretty much it for today's show. Thank you, Vaughn, for coming on to the show.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. This is a dope guy. Hit him up. I'll be linking some of his social, if not on my video or whatever. But appreciate you coming out and sitting down and talking a little music with me, man.
No problem. Anytime.
It's always great having somebody on the show to talk, because I don't be knowing what I'm talking about sometimes, and I get a little boring sometimes. So thank you for coming on again, and that was the Daily Function. See you guys next week. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yep.